Article 240.4b of the National Electrical Code states that circuit breakers and fuses shall be rated in amps only. Circuit breakers or fuses shall be rated to prevent sustained overcurrents that would cause overheating of conductors or equipment. Article 310.15b states that where the ampacity of the conductor is different from that for which the circuit breaker or fuse is rated, the ampacity of the circuit breaker or fuse shall not exceed the ampacity of the conductor. Let's delve deeper into the implications of these articles and related sections of the National Electrical Code. The core principle behind these regulations is to protect electrical conductors from overheating and potential fire hazards. Circuit breakers and fuses serve as overcurrent protection devices designed to interrupt the flow of electricity when the current exceeds a safe level for the conductors they protect. The ampacity of a conductor refers to its current carrying capacity, which is the maximum amount of current it can safely handle without exceeding its temperature rating. This ampacity is determined by factors such as the conductor's material size, insulation type, and installation conditions. When selecting a circuit breaker or fuse for a specific circuit, it's crucial to ensure that its rating does not exceed the ampacity of the conductor. If the overcurrent protection device is rated higher than the conductor's ampacity, it may not trip or blow in time to prevent the conductor from overheating during an overcurrent event. This can lead to insulation damage, conductor melting, and potentially a fire. Now, let's consider the example of using a 400 amp circuit breaker with 500 mcm cable. According to the National Electrical Code, it is not acceptable to use a 400 amp circuit breaker with 500 mcm cable. The ampacity of the circuit breaker 400 amps exceeds the ampacity of the conductor 310 amps. For typical 75°C termination, the 500 mcm copper conductor typically has an ampacity of around 380 amps, according to NEC table 310.16. So, the 400 amp breaker exceeds that rating as well. It's important to consult the appropriate ampacity tables in the National Electrical Code to determine the correct ampacity for different conductor sizes and insulation types. Now let us discuss the exceptions. While the general rule is that the circuit breaker or fuse rating should not exceed the conductor's ampacity, there are some exceptions to this rule in the National Electrical Code. These exceptions are typically specific to certain types of equipment or applications. For example, Article 430.52 allows for motor circuits to have circuit breakers rated up to 250% of the motor full load current. This is because motors can draw significantly higher current during starting than during normal operation. The oversized circuit breaker is intended to accommodate this inrush current without tripping unnecessarily. However, it's important to note that this exception only applies to motor circuits and not to general-purpose circuits. Another exception is Article 440.3b, which allows for air conditioning and refrigeration equipment circuits to have fuses or circuit breakers rated up to 125% of the ampacity of the conductors. This is because air conditioning and refrigeration equipment often have complex loads that can vary significantly during operation. The oversized overcurrent protection device is intended to accommodate these fluctuations without tripping unnecessarily. Again, this exception only applies to air conditioning and refrigeration equipment circuits and not to general-purpose circuits. It's crucial to carefully review the specific requirements for each type of equipment or application to determine whether any exceptions to the general rule apply. Now consider the idea of oversizing circuit breakers up to 1000 amps. There is no specific code reference that allows circuit breakers to be oversized until you get to 1000 amps. The National Electrical Code does allow for some situations where circuit breakers can be oversized, which have already been discussed, but these exceptions are specific to certain types of equipment or applications and do not apply to general-purpose circuits. In general, it's always best to err on the side of caution and select a circuit breaker or fuse rating that is as close as possible to the conductor's ampacity. This will provide the best protection against overcurrents and minimize the risk of overheating. Now, let's clarify the proper application of overcurrent protection devices. The primary purpose of a circuit breaker or fuse is to protect the conductor from overcurrents. An overcurrent is any current that exceeds the rated ampacity of the conductor. This can be caused by a variety of factors, such as a short circuit, an overload, or a ground fault. When an overcurrent occurs, the circuit breaker or fuse is designed to interrupt the flow of electricity, preventing the conductor from overheating and potentially causing a fire. It's important to understand that the circuit breaker or fuse is not intended to protect the equipment connected to the circuit. The equipment should have its own internal overcurrent protection devices, such as thermal overloads or fuses. The circuit breaker or fuse is only intended to protect the conductor itself. Therefore, it's crucial to select a circuit breaker or fuse rating that is appropriate for the conductor, regardless of the equipment connected to the circuit. Now let us address the misconception about load not exceeding cable rating. While it's true that the load connected to a circuit should not exceed the ampacity of the cable, this is not the only factor to consider when selecting a circuit breaker or fuse. The circuit breaker or fuse must also be sized to protect the conductor from overcurrents, even if the load is within the cable's ampacity rating. For example, suppose you have a circuit with a 500 mcm cable that has an ampacity of 380 amps. You connect a load that draws 350 amps. Even though the load is within the cable's ampacity rating, you should still use a 380 amp circuit breaker or fuse to protect the cable from overcurrents. If a short circuit or ground fault occurs, the current could quickly exceed the cable's ampacity, even if the load itself is not drawing that much current. The circuit breaker or fuse will trip or blow, preventing the cable from overheating. Therefore, it's important to always select a circuit breaker or fuse rating that is appropriate for the conductor, regardless of the load connected to the circuit. Now, we can emphasize the importance of consulting the National Electrical Code. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of standards for electrical installations in the United States. It provides detailed requirements for wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and other aspects of electrical safety. It's essential to consult the National Electrical Code when designing or installing any electrical system to ensure that it meets the minimum safety requirements. The National Electrical Code is updated every 3 years, so it's important to use the latest edition. The National Electrical Code is available from the National Fire Protection Association. Now let us discuss conductor ampacity tables. The National Electrical Code contains detailed ampacity tables for various types of conductors. These tables list the ampacity of conductors based on their size, material, insulation type, and insulation conditions. It's crucial to consult these tables when selecting conductors for an electrical system to ensure that they have sufficient ampacity to carry the intended load. The ampacity tables are located in Article 310 of the National Electrical Code. The tables are based on extensive testing and research, and they provide a reliable guide for selecting conductors. Now let's consider dirting factors for conductor ampacity. In some cases, it may be necessary to dirt the ampacity of conductors. Dirting factors are applied to reduce the ampacity of conductors under certain conditions, such as when multiple conductors are bundled together or when conductors are installed in a hot environment. These dirting factors are intended to compensate for the increased heat generated by the conductors under these conditions. The dirting factors are located in Article 310 of the National Electrical Code. It's important to apply the appropriate dirting factors when necessary to ensure that conductors do not overheat. Now we will discuss the importance of proper terminations. Proper terminations are essential for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of an electrical system. Terminations are the points where conductors are connected to equipment such as circuit breakers, fuses, and electrical panels. Loose or corroded terminations can create a high resistance connection which can generate heat and potentially cause a fire. It's important to use the proper tools and techniques when making terminations to ensure that they are tight and secure. Terminations should also be inspected periodically to check for looseness or corrosion. Now we can discuss the importance of grounding. Grounding is an essential safety measure that helps to protect people from electrical shock. Grounding provides a low resistance path for fault current to flow back to the source, which causes the circuit breaker or fuse to trip or blow, interrupting the flow of electricity. It's important to properly ground all electrical equipment and systems to ensure that they are protected from electrical shock. The grounding requirements are located in Article 250 of the National Electrical Code. Now let's talk about arc fault circuit interrupters. Arc fault circuit interrupters of size are a type of circuit breaker that is designed to protect against arc faults. Arc faults are dangerous electrical conditions that can cause fires. A size are required in many areas of the home, such as bedrooms and living rooms. A size can detect arc faults and interrupt the flow of electricity, preventing a fire from starting. Now we can consider ground fault circuit interrupters. Ground fault circuit interrupters (GFCIs) are a type of circuit breaker that is designed to protect against ground faults. Ground faults occur when electricity flows through an unintended path to ground, such as through a person's body. GFCIs are required in many areas of the home, such as bathrooms and kitchens. GFCIs can detect ground faults and interrupt the flow of electricity, preventing electrical shock. Now let's talk about surge protection. Surge protection is a way to protect electrical equipment from voltage surges. Voltage surges are sudden increases in voltage that can damage sensitive electronic equipment. Surge protection devices can be installed at the service entrance or at individual outlets. Surge protection devices can help to protect electrical equipment from damage caused by voltage surges. Now let's think about electrical safety tips. Here are some electrical safety tips. Firstly, always turn off the power before working on electrical equipment. Secondly, never overload electrical circuits. Thirdly, use the proper size and type of wire for electrical circuits. Fourthly, inspect electrical cords and plugs for damage. Fifthly, replace damaged electrical cords and plugs. Sixthly, keep electrical equipment away from water. Seventhly, never use electrical appliances with wet hands. Eighthly, teach children about electrical safety. Ninthly, have a qualified electrician perform electrical work. Tenthly, follow all electrical codes and regulations. Now we can summarize the information. Proper circuit breaker and cable sizing is essential for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of an electrical system. The National Electrical Code provides detailed requirements for wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and other aspects of electrical safety. It's essential to consult the National Electrical Code when designing or installing any electrical system to ensure that it meets the minimum safety requirements. Remember that while exceptions exist for certain applications like motors and air conditioning, these exceptions are specific and do not allow for general oversizing of circuit breakers beyond the conductor's ampacity. Always prioritize safety and adherence to the National Electrical Code to prevent electrical hazards.